Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today I have a very special video for y'all, and it's been inspired by the one and only GothamChess.
Position black sacrificed.
The Rook!
No, today we aren't talking about sacrificing any rooks or becoming GMs, but instead we're talking about something much more important to the world of chess, and that is the Chatbot Championship. Now, if you aren't familiar, this tournament pits the top AI chatbots against each other. You got your heavyweights like ChatGPT, Deepseek, and Claude, and you got your why are you even in this tournament bots, like Snapchat.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, let me be clear, I don't think Gotham is being paid off to promote certain AI. However, there are gameplay concerns regarding just how dumb these bots are when it comes to chess.
It activates
Monster Reborn! And in this position it plays Queen to D4!
As you can see, these chatbots can't be forced to follow the rules. Or can they? As far as I can tell, the way that the moves and explanations are being generated for this tournament is by telling the bots the previous move and asking them how they respond to that move. The problem with that, in technical terms, is that LLMs just make shit up. You see, these chatbots aren't built to play chess. They're essentially just stringing together words that they decide are the next best words to put in the sequence of words. As a software engineer, though, it did pique my interest. Which chatbot would win if they had to follow the rules? To answer this, I came up with the idea to give the chatbot a list of legal moves and forced it to pick from those. So it's actually pretty simple if we take a look at the code. First, as any experienced developer would do, I found this chess.net NuGet package that somebody else had written that basically covers all of the chess logic that I need. So essentially, we're starting a game, and then we're using chess.net to get the legal list of moves, very efficiently, I might add. Once we have that legal list of moves, we're asking the AI to generate the move, and then we're verifying that the move is actually a legal one from the list. And don't worry, I have told the AI that it's an absolutely amazing, super grandmaster at chess, so its moves are always good. After the AI picks a move, we make the move on chess.net, and then we ask the AI to explain the move that it just made. And that is pretty much it. Then the AIs will go back and forth playing each other until the game is complete and give us this beautiful command prompt view. So now the only question left to answer is, which AIs should I make play each other? Now, I use something called Ollama to run the AIs, and because I don't really have a good computer, I have to use their cloud models, so there's a smaller list of potential chatbots that I could make play each other through Ollama. So I did what any good vibe coder would do in this situation, and I went ahead and asked ChatGPT, out of the available cloud models on Ollama, which do you think would play the most interesting game, make the most interesting chess video, most interesting Qwen3.5 cloud, strong balance of coherence, versatility, and entertaining output style. And second pick, Deepseek 3.2 cloud. For a YouTube style setup, that's what we're looking for. Qwen Cloud creative attacking GM versus Deepseek 3.2 as a cold calculator. So ChatGPT knows best. I then asked, out of curiosity, which one do you think will win? My money will be on Deepseek 3.2 by a small margin. Qwen3.5 Cloud is more likely to produce the more entertaining game if your prompt style gives the model's persona and asks for a brief internal style commentary. Qwen may be more likely to choose ambitious, human-looking ideas, while Deepseek may grind out the more practical lines. Winner, Deepseek. Most stylish moments. Qwen3.5.
5 hours later.
Guys, so finally, after what took literally 5 hours, we have finally been blessed with this PGN. That is Qwen 3.5 versus Deepseek 3.2. Remember, we got Deepseek with the black pieces, and Qwen is playing white. So without further ado, let's get right into this game here. First of all, white strikes immediately in the center with e4, claims vital space, limits black's counterplay. Big move. Deepseek responding, pretty standard here with e4. Knight f3 coming out from Qwen here, following core opening principles. Attacks black's e5 pawn, challenging central control. Look at that. All legal moves so far. Deepseek responding with knight c6. Yes, contending for central control here. d4 supporting the e5 pawn. It's all making sense. And we've got the Roy Lopez on the board here. We got bishop b5 contesting that knight. A6, all pretty standard stuff here. We're looking at the Roy Lopez opening Morphe defense. Let's see how Qwen is going to play this with the white pieces and castles. We have the Roy Lopez opening Qwen attack here. White king, castles kingside to prioritize king safety in complete development. All right. Let's see what Deepseek does here. And sure enough, he's going to take that bishop. Tactical move to win material. Look at that. Removes a developed white piece. And then Qwen goes in with the knight, taking e5, which is, by the way, defended. Captures the central pawn. Occupy a strong outpost. Qwen, I don't think you know what an outpost is. This knight on e5 dominates the center, restricting black's piece mobility and creating threats. The active placement forces black to defend passively, while white improves coordination. I think, Qwen, you are missing. Knight takes knight here. Black captures the white knight on e5 with their knight from c6, eliminating an active central piece and establishing their own knight. It is completely off the rails by move 5. Actually, by move 4. Yeah, by move 4 we were in uncharted territory. Knight comes out. Sorry, where do we have this? Knight c3, yes. Control the center, supports the e4 pawn. Sure enough does. Does it eye the d5? Yes. It's really weird. They seem to be aware of what their piece is defending and attacking. They don't seem to be aware of what other pieces are defending and attacking, even though I've given them the position every single time. Let's take a look to see how Deepseek is going to convert this position. He goes bishop b4. We have knight d5. Dominant knight outpost on d5. Not necessarily an outpost, as you could just, kick it away. But then Deepseek throws in this haymaker. Black moves the knight to f3, delivering check. This is a tactical fork, attacking both the white king and the undefended white queen on d1. So close. And also, you can just take it. Queen takes f3. Wow, and suddenly, this game is getting a little bit closer, with Deepseek giving back a knight there. White captures the checking black knight on f3. The piece was attacking the king directly. Removing it gets out of check and eliminates immediate tactical dangers. The queen now occupies a central square, neutralizing the most active black piece. An unexplicable rook b8 here. What? moves the rook from A8 to B8 to connect the rooks? Well, this improves piece coordination by linking the rooks on the back rank. I don't think it does. How does Qwen respond to this absolute positional haymaker? Keep in mind we have a bishop hanging here on b4 that is just completely free. Queen takes f7. White targets the vulnerable f7 square. Not that vulnerable. Queen captures the pawn with check supported by the rook on the f-file. So close, Qwen. There's actually a pawn in the way, though. This aggressive tactic prioritizes king safety, disruption, and immediate threats by exposing the monarch early. Yes. By move 9, the monarch has been exposed at the cost of an entire queen. Keep in mind here that Deepseek is now up a queen and an entire bishop. Black king captures the white queen to get out of check and win material. Okay, we're off the rails. Hey, Qwen realizes that he can just grab the bishop. It's a good move. Oh. Let's go here. Captures the bishop. Wins material outright since the bishop is unprotected. It's interesting what it realizes is protected and when it just completely sends a queen unprotected to f7. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's just keep going. Good c5 push here. Knight d5, get out of the way. c4, sure enough, you can pretty much do away with. You can pretty much do anything here as Deepseek, but Qwen comes in with the absolute haymaker here. White invades with knight e7, attacking both the bishop on c8, okay, and the knight on g8. That is correct. This double threat, it disrupts black's back rank coordination and targets undeveloped pieces. True, knight becomes a powerful outpost deep in enemy territory. No. Defend passively or lose material, except that it could be taken 3 ways. And sure enough, it was. Qwen just giving away material, now down a queen and a knight. Moves the rook to an active square. Plays the best move there. Pushes the pawn to e5, sure. Does it take en passant here? e6 check. What an explanation there. Black king castles artificially by moving... Sorry, look at this explanation for e6. It's all making sense now. Artificial castle. Another en passant opportunity. Do they know that it's a legal move? No. They just take that pawn. Just give up the bishop. Yeah, that's a good trade. White removes black's strongest minor piece. wait, no. No! Deepseek, what are you doing? Black moves the queen to d6 to attack the undefended white rook on e6. This tactical threat aims to win material by capturing the rook, as it is not defended by any white piece. That is true. But he can just do that. What are we looking at? Any trades? Rooks? And white is just winning. It's even. Oh, look at that bishop maneuver. Yeah, does he know that's a pin? Targets the uncastled king on f8, creating immediate pressure on king safety. Gets his bishop out, controlling the diagonal. It is a strong move. Okay. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Brother. No, just move 2 squares to c2. Black moves the rook to c4, directly threatening the undefended white pawn on c2. Yes. Yes, you are. But you are also threatening it on c8. Pawn takes. king over. Improve king's safety. Gets it off the f-file. Gives up the knight. Pawn takes. And now a dominant position here for Qwen. Let's see how it converts the endgame. Gives a check, and gives up the bishop. What are we doing? Okay. It's going to gobble up the pawns. Look at this. Tactical brilliance. No. Forces the black king off its active square. Centralizes the rook. Gains tempo. Qwen, you got the king off the active square. Good job. Okay, pawn, king. G4 just gets eaten up. This is a battle of epic proportions. Look at the endgame technique. The pawns. Oh no! Deepseek push. Prioritize king safety. No, just push. It misses that important endgame tactic, and it looks like Qwen is getting a queen here. Check. Takes the pawn. It's important. White eliminates the dangerous c3 pawn while delivering a check. This removes black's primary promotion threat and forces the enemy king to react, gaining valuable tempo. I take king the queen. Okay, protects the pawn. It was valiant sacrifice there. Now you can just run. And Qwen knows exactly what to do here. Just running. Gives a good check and gives another one. That's 3 queens that have been taken by Deepseek's king. This is absolute insanity. King goes forward. King goes back. King goes forward. Gives up the pawn. Deepseek making a comeback here. Look at this endgame technique. What's happening? This is not how you play it at all. Big check. Okay, he's got the red carpet. And that's a queen. What an epic comeback here from Deepseek. Can Deepseek checkmate with a queen and a king? He's got this game in the palm of his hand. Mate in 4 on the board. Right? And in this position, Deepseek plays queen to b3. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for some more chess content.